remember that time I was in jail back in 2012? No, what did you do? I stopped a call. Oh my God. What was the crime? The crime was I stopped a call. Oh my God, that was it? Well, there's more. Oh my God, I don't want to know. I'm sure you would love to know, but you can't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, as LeVar Burton would say on the Reading Rainbow. Back in 2012, July 13th, Friday night, here's what happened. Here's how it all starts. So it's like, I go home. I'm living in my house. I'm living with my father and his girlfriend. So, in a small city, the city I grew up in. And, I went off to college after high school. In 2004, I graduated high school. Went to college in New York. Then I went to West Virginia. Then I went to Hawaii to work with the Salvation Army. Then I was living in Portland on my own. Had 2 jobs and I was doing all this stuff. And then I moved back home. I was living with my father. Moved back in 2011. And then a year later, one day, his girlfriend moves in. I don't remember exactly when. Probably that year. Probably that summer in 2012. Something like that. And so I'm working for my father all the time. Doing landscaping and stuff. And he has yard clients here and there. In the city, around the city. So, I just do stuff, landscaping and maintenance, mowing lawns, raking, shoveling, all this kind of stuff. All that landscaping work. I do it almost every day, whatever the schedule is. One random day, Friday, the 13th of July, 2012, I come home like I usually do. And I'm gonna make some dinner. It might have been 7 or 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's West Coast time because we're in Oregon. Okay, we're in Oregon. That's a state above California. That's right, in the United States of America. I'm Oatmeal, Joey Arnold, born in '85. And I'm laughing inside my heart, inside my mind, because I always say that. I always say that. I want to say that. I don't always say that. But here is the thing. I'm making myself dinner like I usually do. Robin Baker, my dad's girlfriend. Let me say this. Okay. So she comes out of their room. It's a trailer. It's a manufactured home. It's the same trailer that I grew up in. And she starts to yell at me, which she does sometimes because she's like drinking beer all day, just drinking beer and smoking. And she's like a skeleton, very skinny, very unhealthy. And she starts complaining and stuff like, you're eating our food and you never wash the dishes and you don't do your laundry and you don't do this, you don't do that, and you're so old, and you still live with your parents and you never did anything and all this stuff. And she kept on going on and on and on and on. And I go to her and I quietly say, go to your room. I just do that, which is something I do sometimes. If I need to. If I need to be loud, I'll be loud. If I need to be soft, I will be soft. And in that situation, I was soft. Unlike what happened about a year later at the Leaf Pagoda in Vietnam, where I'm like, oh my God, this lady's lying about me and Mr. Gung don't like me and all this kind of stuff. Early in 2014, was over a year later, I'm doing that. But at this point, I'm like, I look at her look at my dad's girlfriend, Robin, and I'm like, go to your room. She got so mad, and she calls 911. So I take the phone from her, and she grabs her other phone, and she calls 911 and tells them what happened, and makes up a bunch of lies and like, oh, this guy, he's hurting me, he's abusing me, and did you know he's so old and he lives with his parents and he's so dirty and he doesn't wash the dishes and he's eating our food and he doesn't do the laundry and she just goes on and on and on in the 911 call, telling them all of this stuff because she's just like drunk out of her mind. I just wanted to stop them from coming, the cops. I just wanted to save them from this like prank call. It's almost like a prank call because it's like, if a drunk calls the police, what do you call that? It's like a waste of time because it's like, oh, the city drunk called again, which is one of the names that my father is known for. Like in my city, the city I grew up in, he's known as the town drunk. But in this situation, his own girlfriend was actually more drunk than he was, which is crazy. At that point, he had to be the more responsible one. He was sleeping in his bed at this point while this was all happening. By the time he got up to see what was going on, they were already taking me. And they didn't have to like drag me away. They just said, first they questioned me. There was two male cops that came, and one talked to Robin, and the other one was talking to me outside, and said, "Did you stop the call?" And I said, "Yeah," and he said, "We have to take you in because you broke a federal law." And then that's how I got taken into prison. That's how I was put in prison. Simple. I confessed to breaking the law, which I didn't even know about. So I go there and you gotta take off your clothes. They gotta look at you, make sure that you don't have any diseases or you're hiding. Make sure you're not hiding drugs or whatever. And they put you in. And then on Monday, it's like, what are you gonna do? Oh, do you want to plead guilty or plead your innocence? And I'm like, I wanted to fight it. I wanted to go to court. There were two counts against me, and one was like some kind of harassment charge, and the other one was a trying to interfere with that 911 call. And that was a more serious crime, a Class A crime, misdemeanor. And I was guilty of that one, which was the bigger crime, stopping the 911 call. I was guilty. It wasn't alleged. It was guilty because that's what I told the cops when I came. It's like, they're serious, when they say, like, you better plead the Fifth Amendment kind of thing, like, you better not say anything because you might incriminate yourself, which I did. And it's good advice that they give people. You don't talk. You do not talk to the police, to the popo. Pow, 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 pow. Oh, don't delete this video, YouTube. Because I accidentally, my hands made it look like I had something, the Second Amendment, in my hands. I didn't. But YouTube is crazy. If they take down this video, I warned you, YouTube is crazy. I've been banned too many times off social media. But don't get me started on that. Some people, speaking of being banned off the online world, some people are banned off the offline world and I talked to some of them in prison. I was there for 14 days. Well, I was sentenced to 15, but got out a day early for good behavior, and then had to serve a year in like some kind of probation or whatever. But then went to Vietnam 4 months later. I was like, adios, baby. One of the reasons I left Vietnam was because I was on a probation, and this probation thing, and it's like if I get in trouble, if the old girlfriend Robin calls cops again and has me thrown in jail again, I'm gonna be there for like a year or something, and I have to pay like $4,000 in fines, up to $4,000, probably up to 12 months in jail or something, and so I was thinking I better get out of here, and so I went to Vietnam. That was not the only reason I went to Vietnam, but another reason was I was trying to get away from Brent Groth. No, I don't want to say that he's a terrible guy. No, I might be overreacting. I mean, at that time, I might have been overreacting and stuff. But I mean, it's a long story, but basically, it's like I was on TV. I really briefly, I tried out for a show in 2009, and it was like not American Idol, but imagine like something like in the outdoors, and you're trying to be a TV host for an outdoor show. Okay. It was called the Wanted Adventure Host. It was on a Comcast channel in the northwest of America, like in Oregon, for example, channel 38. So I try out, and I didn't make it, but while I was waiting in line to try out for that TV show, there's a guy that was talking to me named Brent Goff. And then we started making a website. So we were trying to make the best website in the world. It was going to compete with Facebook and Twitter and everything. We called it Mea Omnia.com. That's Latin for my everything. My everything. So we were working on that, and then for a few years until like 2013, 2014, something like that. But we were working on that, and then we stopped, and it didn't really work out. It was a lot of work trying to build a website, working with GoDaddy and everything. But he was that guy, he was living in Portland, and he would come over to see me every once in a while, and I don't know if he was gay or what. I don't know. Sometimes I felt like he did, but other times I felt like maybe not. So I apologize if you're not, or if you are. I don't know, because I got like mixed messages from him based on the things he would do. Like, he would just drive over to see me randomly every once in a while, just to ask me questions like, oh, are you sure you want to do the website, and how's the website doing? Because I was the web designer guy, and he was the guy with the money, and he was the one that was going to pay me, and he probably paid me a little bit a few times, and he was paying the money to host the website on GoDaddy, and so a few times he would come and take me a few places, like, to go eat, or to go like look around at the mountains of the forest, and like he just wanted to like show me around a little bit, and then one time he came with like a bunch of pizza, like an entire pizza, and he's like, here. And this out of the blue one night, And like he's driving around in my neighborhood, and he's like finds me walking towards home, and it's dark outside, and he just gives me the pizza, and he just wanted to see how things were going. And I don't know, like he would make it a big deal, and I thought, this is kind of crazy. And when I was in jail that time, those last 2 weeks of July 2012, he bails me out one day before my court appearance. What do they call it? Disposition. How do you say that word? So I'm supposed to go in court the next day, but he bails me out randomly, pays like $500. He drives me all the way to Portland, to his apartment, to his whatever it was apartment, I think, and first drove me around to a couple places. We ate something. It was like 6 or 7 p.m. and then we're just like hanging out, and he's talking to me, and he's talking about, like working on the website and stuff. And then he has to drive me back to court in the morning. So we only slept a few hours in his room, in his apartment, and then like he drives me back. But like that Tuesday night, it was crazy because he was like driving 1,000,000 miles an hour. He had a big truck with big wheels, and I kind of felt like I was gonna die, and I kind of felt like I wanted to go back to jail because he was just driving all over the place, crazy. And it was kind of fun, but I just felt like, are you gonna make a mess? Are you gonna make a big mess out of this? Are you gonna get us into a wreck? But he gets me back to the court on time, Wednesday morning, and so then I'm able to see the judge. I'm able to plead guilty for the harassment charge because I was able to strike a deal with the DA. Well, the DA is the one that, according to my lawyer, the DA gave me a deal, plead guilty to the one charge, which was what is it called again? Harassment. And we'll drop the other charge of, that you interfered with a 911 call. And so I did, and they did. And then I was sentenced with 15 days in jail, minus 1 day for good behavior, plus the 1 year in probation or whatever. And so then I had to go back into jail after that. I went back into jail after seeing the judge in court. Went back into jail, but not the same prison, not the same area, to another place. They said, we can't put you back in the same place because you might be smuggling drugs or whatever. So I'm going to another place. And I think this new place, I was only there for a day, just to serve my last day. And then I was out Thursday morning, and I walked like 10 miles home in pajama pants, basically the same pants that I had on the night I was arrested on the 13th, earlier that month in July 2012. So that last day in jail, I think, was the time when some of the inmates found out that I could do like some kind of Austin Powers impersonation. Yeah, baby, yeah. Um, how does that feel, baby? Harder. How does that feel, baby? Something like that. I was doing some impersonations like that, and they found it was funny. And like a few times, they would tell their friends, and they would come and like do that thing again, and I would do that thing again, the Austin Powers thing. That's the one thing I remember. And I remember during those first 2 weeks in the other holding facility, I would talk to people, and some of them might say something like, I'm innocent, and maybe they were, maybe some of them were, or sort of innocent, or maybe some of them weren't. It's hard to say, but some of them are. And you hear the stories, and then they have the books, and then they have the little place where you can like walk around. It wasn't like I wasn't in a dungeon, I wasn't in a jail, I wasn't in the worst place ever. I was in some kind of county jail, like a holding facility, a correction facility thing, a temporary holding facility. I think I was in something like that, a place where you wait for your trial, and then if you're really, really found guilty, then you go to an actual jail where people stay for many, many years, kind of thing. So I didn't really go to anything hardcore, and I didn't even go to a real trial. I went to more of a pre-trial thing, and I didn't really have. I don't think I paid all the legal fees that I had. Something like $700. I think that one guy, Brent, paid for some of it. And then I don't know how it was paid, but I only paid for like $20 or less for like the toothpaste, things like that. That's basically the story. But I kind of feel like I want to go deeper into the story and make it like a fancy video, and I want to write better articles about this, where I can like show you the details and make a better video, and I could like show stuff on the screen and like this thing and that thing, but I don't know. There's this story ties into a couple different things. Like it ties into the website I was making. It ties into that time I was on TV for the Comcast Wanted Adventure Host show, which is not American Idol. So those are two things, and it ties into how I went to Vietnam, and it ties into a little bit of my my family life with my father, and growing up in the trailer park, aka the ghetto, and so it kind of ties into that. So that's 4 things. It ties into law, which is something I like to talk about, and I think it's crazy that people can be thrown in prison for stuff that they don't even know that they did. Like there's just so many laws. I've decided not to make this video a fancy video where I try to show you the name of the law that I broke. Like it has a fancy number, a statue. It's probably written down on my blog or something. You can ask Roy Merrick. Why not just go and try to find the police report? not just the report at the court for the trial for the jail or whatever. I think we already have that, but the actual police report, that would be interesting, because why would you listen to me if you think I'm a professional liar, that I lie about everything? Why watch me? Why listen? Why read me ever? Good question. But anyways, I just thought I would quickly say that I stopped a 911 call, and that's a crime. It's a federal crime, or a state. Federal law, a state law. Wait, state can't be law. Can't be federal. State is not federal, so it had to be federal. I think it was a federal law, but I don't know exactly. I think I looked it up one time, or a few times over the years. I would have to go look it up again. I'm gotta go look it up again. Anyways, I went to Vietnam to meet people and to work and to travel and to get away from Robin and to get away from Brent Goth, that guy that I met on Comcast Wanted Adventure Host, the guy that was working with me with the website we were building, meaomnia.com. So I was trying to run away from him and from Robin, and then I was like, I wanted to travel the world and learn new things and meet new people and try new things too. So it was like a 2-in-1 deal. I wanted to go, and I wanted to leave. Those two reasons, basically, in a nutball. Not a nutball, but in a nutshell. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle nutshell. Oh my. And I did that. And I ended up in Vietnam for 5 years teaching English and everything. Wow. I think this story is crazy, and I like teasing the story like I did on Discord a second ago. Like, what did he do? I stopped a call. What? And what was the crime? The crime was I stopped a call. Huh? What? Yeah, big flopper. And the other guy? Yeah. So, I would love to get more websites and dig deeper into my life. And you can help me. And you can click on the link in the description to go to the Discord and join the other people who are talking about me. Good and bad. Good and bad. You can say good stuff and bad stuff about me. Or anything. Or you can talk about other stuff too. Join me on Discord. Or you can find me other places too. But especially Discord. And you can help us build this. Burn me to the ground. Burn me to the ground. Why not? Why not? What are you waiting for? Why not burn me to the ground? If you got dirt on me, true or false, allegedly or evidentially, like absolutely, like whether it's true or not, you can bring it to the court. Order in the court. Go find some stuff about me. Read my blog, trying to find out, okay, what do I know about Vietnam, the Salvation Army, Word of Life, places I've lived in my life, in Oregon, Washington State, California, Idaho, New York, West Virginia, South Carolina, Quebec, Hawaii, Japan for a second, Singapore for a second, Cambodia 2 times for a second. All these different places in Vietnam. All these different places on the west coast of America. Born in 85. And all these places on the east coast and also Canada. And I've never been to Mexico. With all this information, I'm sure you can dig deep and find information, and you can totally humiliate me or whatever. Praise me, hate me, whatever. Get me back in jail. Kathy stole my bag. Robin stole my life. Ooh, that rhymes. I wouldn't go that far, but the bike, the bike stole Kathy. No, I wouldn't say that. Anyways, I'm just trying to make up jokes while also trying to be serious at the same time. Trying to start a new hashtag about something or other. What a devastating thing. Anyways, thank you for watching the Oatmeal Joey Arnold show, where we dived into an event from my life from July of 2012. Stay tuned for next time. Where we talk about God knows what.